Hey guys, I got a microphone. I'm actually super excited about it. I feel so professional. I love the aesthetic. Welcome to episode 2 of Advice from an Endearing Empath. We made it. I'm so excited. Once again, I'm always excited to share my input and provide a little insight maybe into your dilemmas, hoping this will help you. I am not a therapist yet. I will be one day, so look out. Dr. Sage on the way, okay? I hope this helps. Let's get to it. Okay, the first person said, I'm on a healing journey, but I find it difficult because I've been losing people. How do I cope with the loss of friendships and people who don't understand? Well, I am completely understanding of this. In my journey, still on the journey, everyone knows the healing journey is forever. I felt that I wasn't really relating to the people I was once relating to. I felt a little alone because there wasn't any issues, it was just something in the air, and what that something was me growing, and not everybody's on the same journey, and that is perfectly okay. We're all just evolving, we're all trying to figure it out, and sometimes when we're trying to figure it out, there is some separation and some distance. That's not an issue. It's life. It's life. And with time being apart, life happens and you never know, you guys might come together, but right now what you have to focus on is you. Sometimes with losing friends, it creates more space and opportunity for new friendships that are more aligned with you in that moment of life. So, I hope that helps. Okay, guys, next question. Someone said, my husband's parents are narcissistic. We've tried talking to them and setting boundaries, but nothing works. They seem to want nothing to do with us now because they can't do anything right. So they are annoyed at us for being upset about things. Should we leave them to it now? Well, I am so sorry that you're going through this. I couldn't imagine. And that can be a little tricky because obviously your spouse's parents, they're important, but on the other hand, it's your relationship. So boundaries have to be set. You asked, should we just leave them to it now? I'm assuming you mean you know, leave it up to them as in the ball's in their court. I feel as though if you guys have both made an effort to attempt to establish boundaries and discuss the issues you are having with them, and it's still seeming as if nothing is working, I'd agree and say that maybe the ball should be left in their court and you can leave it up to them. With time, maybe they'll come to a realization that to abide by those boundaries that you have attempted to set with them. With family, I personally think it is in your right to communicate and express the way you're feeling, though on the family's end, it's up to them if they want to receive it or not. Sometimes family can be a little stubborn. If you've done all you can do, then leave it up to them now. I know that's probably extremely difficult, having issues with your spouse's parents. That is pretty uncomfortable, as I've heard, and I really hope it works out. Okay, next one. Someone said, advice on managing time with a new job in a new city. That is amazing, and I'm sure it can be a little stressful. Everything's new. I think the biggest thing that I can say to you is take it one step at a time, because there's so many new factors in your life at the moment that it can be very overwhelming, especially moving to a new city. It's new. Excuse me. I'm getting a little sick. um, to have a new job, but also relocate to a new city, that's a lot. It takes a lot of organizing and time management and prioritizing as well, but giving yourself time to reacclimate. You don't want to stress yourself out so much because everything is so new. What you want to do is give yourself grace and time to learn, the city or adjust to the new job. In school, I loved having an agenda, or as they call it, a planner. I think that helped so much with being able to see what I need to complete on a day-to-day basis. So invest in a planner if you don't have one already. I feel like that would help you so much. Writing down the things you need to complete, writing down your schedule for that day just to see everything visually and what you need to prioritize. But like I said, be sure to give yourself time to acclimate. That's a lot. But once again, congratulations. You deserve it. I hope it gets easier for you, which it will. So, yeah. um if you guys see me laughing a lot, I'm just like a goofy person. I would categorize myself as a goofy person. So, I'm not laughing at anything in particular. I'm just laughing. I just love life. Someone said, how do I deal with the feeling of being single and being okay with being by myself right now? What I will say is, speaking from my personal experience, I had to learn to decenter men from being the main topic of my life, and I'm sure a lot of us can relate to that. I didn't even know men were the center of my life. For example, I would go to a grocery store or the mall or the movies, and if I see a man, or the gym even, and if I see a man, I'm like, oh, he's looking at me, da da da. And it's like, why was I so focused on what a man was thinking about me? And when I had that realization, I then started to intentionally work on decentering men out my life. Now, let's break that down. How did I do that? I did that by focusing on my passion and the things I got going on in my life. So I didn't have time to think about men or when I'm gonna find the love of my life. I spent my time, and I'm currently spending my time with my hobby. Hobbies are so important to have, whether you're single or in a relationship. It's just something to do, to devote your time to. Example, my hobbies are Pilates, boxing. I run a mental health page. I'm also focused in doing this training right now before I start school. So I have a couple of things lined up. I do not have the time to sit here and hyperfixate or focus on a man. That's just not what I'm going to do. So, to answer your question, basically, find things that you love to do. Devote this time to learning yourself and loving yourself because you are the most important person in your life, you know? So you have to make sure you're good before you are even able to give the love or receive it, because you have to make sure you're giving that love to yourself first before you give it to anyone else. To learn this, but I could say right now in my life, I am okay with not being in a relationship because then you're doing everything for you. Don't go into it with the thinking of, oh, if I do this, if I focus on myself, I will find someone, because that's bound to happen anyway, whether it's romantic relationships or platonic. You will find your tribe, you will find your person when you are giving that love to yourself. That's just how it works. So don't be so focused on when you will find someone, because they will find you when it's the time. But until that time, learn to love yourself. You will wake up and be content with being by yourself right now, because it's not the worst thing in the world to be by yourself. It's actually amazing. It's a blessing, I would say. I hope that helps. It is perfectly okay to want love. We're human. Me personally, I'm not going to sit here and say that I never think about love, but it's not at the forefront of my mind. I'm not worried about it. I will find it because that's what I want. And if that's what you want, then you will find it. All in due time. You can't force it. So, yeah. Okay, guys, last but not least, I know the video is coming to an end. Someone said, your partner wants to go out, but you don't want to. It's normal to have differences because you two are two different people, with two different interests. In terms of this situation, I would say try to find a balance. Maybe create days. You guys do something that you want to do, and then you do something your partner wants to do. So that can be Monday, staying in the house, Wednesday, going out, Friday, staying in the house, just to have that balance and to create a space for being open to new things. When you're in a relationship, you have to learn to sometimes adjust, and I would say compromise, be receptive to what the other person is saying. So, yes, I would say create a schedule or something of that nature where you guys are both able to do the things you want to do. Just going out. It can be going out to do painting or karaoke, things of that nature. So, hope that helps. Alright, guys, that was the last dilemma of this episode. I had so much fun as always. I'm always having fun. Always. I'm a fun person. Don't forget to follow SageTheMinds on Instagram. Tune in Saturdays for advice from an endearing empath. The next episode will be next Saturday, Eastern Standard Time. To send in your dilemmas, you will click the link in my Instagram bio at SageTheMinds and submit your dilemma through there to be featured in the next episode of Advice from an Endearing Empath. I hope all this information helped you guys and even people who are going through similar situations. Love you guys. Okay. Bye.